I'm here with an old friend of mine, Cassie Films. And how long have we known each other, Cassie?
Probably
Too long? You're sick of me? I'm such a horrible person.
no. It's probably like what do you think? 4 or 5 years? I know I've
Uh,
known you since like at least 2015. So
yeah, I think it's been 4 years. I wouldn't say
all
5.
right, 4 years.
Yeah.
Man.
You want to share a little bit of testimony? Tell people about you?
Oh sure. Um. Okay, so I was raised as a Christian my whole life. I was actually raised a Catholic. Um. At one point, I had like a confirmation retreat, which Catholics do to get confirmed as a Catholic. And throughout my whole life before that, I was constantly convicted to be a better person, constantly convicted to be more like Jesus. I always had that thought in my head because, I go to school and I have a religion class and I know who Jesus is, or I've heard stories about him, read the basic kind of Bible stories that they teach little kids. But yeah, I always had that conviction to be more like him. So I think it was when I was in the sixth grade. So I was, how old was I? I think I was 11. I was thinking I was 12. But um, I just came back from it, and I just felt like really convicted to just like, all right, like now, like I really have to start like acting like Jesus and just representing him because I would learn like all these things about like who he is and what he wants for us and how he wants to live, and I just couldn't like get it out of my head, and I just couldn't like brush it aside like everybody else for some reason. In my head, I was just like, why? But after that, I just really started like constantly holding myself to that standard, which is what Catholics teach me. You have to work for your salvation. So every time I'd fall, I'd feel like really bad about myself.
Right.
And yeah, so that really pushed me back a lot. And at one point, I made an Instagram account because I want to start making Bible verses and just like sharing my thoughts on what God was showing me in my life with everybody else. And somebody actually asked me to join Kick to do a Bible study. And I was doing that, and I met David, and I met a bunch of other people. And that was when like I really started focusing on Christ. I'd say like when I joined that, I didn't really give my life to him. I was just very interested and like wanted to learn, and I had faith, but I didn't give myself to Christ until probably a little while, probably like maybe a year later, I
Yeah,
think.
I remember you joined and left, and then you came back like 7 months later almost, and you're looking for me.
Yeah, because I had met you and I saw you talking in the group chat. I don't know what group chat it is. I was in so many, but I remember like I just knew you were like really knowledgeable on the whole subject of God. I just knew you had like the Holy Spirit. I just really felt like I needed to talk to you specifically. I didn't remember your name. I didn't remember anything. I just remember what your profile looked like. And I was like, I gotta find that guy. So like I scrolled through all my friends.
Yeah, I changed my profile picture and my profile name a lot, especially when that group of Satanists were attacking me. Were you around for that? The Enlil group?
The what?
The Enlil Satanists?
Mm-mm. I don't
I
think.
think I told you a story one time about like how the one guy called me and said that he was doing a ritual to boil my blood because he wanted to kill me, and he said that it was making him hungry because it took his energy away.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually sent him $20 so he could buy a pizza, and he started talking to me about Christ after that.
Nice. Hold on 1 second. My cat is scratching at my door. I have to let her out.
All right.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So I went on Kick basically because I wanted to find Christians I could fellowship with,
Mm-hmm.
and It's like what I had eventually ended up doing was I had a whole group of people. How many people were in that group, would you say?
Maybe like 20. It was kind of small, I thought. Like I think
Yeah.
the maximum was like 40 or 50.
Yeah,
Something.
it was up there sometimes, but like for like the first year there was like 40
Mm-hmm.
people in there, and then it started going down. But like people complain that I don't preach the gospel. That's what they say here on YouTube. Would you agree with that?
No,
No.
I don't
See,
agree
the
with
way
that
I
at
see
all.
it is my ministry on YouTube. It's I think that you could read the word of God and people could come to faith. Like you could read Leviticus and that'd be the word of God. Because faith
Mhm.
comes by hearing, hearing comes by the word of God. If you can come back, you can read the book of Leviticus, you can read any part of the Bible, and if God wants to use that to bring someone to faith, they can. But the thing about, you know, letting the Lord use you to draw people to Him and leading people to salvation in that fact, that's more of a personal thing. I don't really think like being on YouTube doing that, like that group setting that we had, that was perfect because you were able to be intimate with each other and personal, and we were able to share things all the time. And that's how the gospel should be done. People should come together and be able to fellowship all the time and study and bounce things off each other. And you can't really do that on YouTube.
Mhm.
And especially like when you do something like that, it's not just okay. Well, I brought someone to Christ, so I did a good job. You fellowship with them, work with
Mhm.
them. You don't just bring them and then throw them off and then not pay attention to them anymore. I don't believe in that.
Mhm. Yeah, I agree. And I know you're really good with that too, because after you like help someone, like you wouldn't just forget about them, you know.
Yeah.
So.
I was especially hard with you though. And the reason for that was because you'd always ask me questions, and I'd know that you had wisdom, and I'd be like, nope, I'm not giving you an answer. You get your Bible, you go pray, and you come back to me, and you'd always have the right answer after
Yeah, I
that.
hated that. I mean, like I like going to the word, but I'm really bad with having patience. So I'd want if I want an answer, I'd want it then, and you'd be like, nope, you gotta go look for it. I'd be like, oh. But yeah.
Well, it definitely it did help because I see that you know how to figure things out on your own. You go right to the Word of God and find it.
Yeah, it really did help, and it was really like poisonous, I guess you would say. To just always want an answer from somebody else. So it really helped me to rely on God.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I need to open up the chat because I
Oh,
can't
there's
see
no
if
one
it.
in here. I don't think there's absolutely any notification that went out that I went
Oh,
live because I've put out 3 videos today, so
mm-hmm.
I got no more push notifications. So people only watch this when they stumble across it,
Mm-hmm.
which is okay.
Yeah, like I get the notifications. I was actually on a call and I saw you went live, and usually I'm like, oh, I'm on a call and then I'll look at it later. But I had a feeling that I should like click on it, so I was on Hangouts and I was like, all right, this is what we're gonna do. And I literally shared my screen. I was like, we're gonna watch this. And then while I was watching it, you're like, all right, Cassie, want to get on? And I saw I was like a minute behind. I was like, oh wait. And then I tried to text and it didn't work out.
Well,
But
you're
yeah,
on now.
yeah. Um, I asked you. Wait, you know Julian Messenger, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I asked him if he wanted to like join in and like say something, but I don't know if he like is even watching this or he's on or whatever.
I
But
mean, if we could get Flint in here, that'd be pretty cool. But
oh
he's
yeah,
always busy.
oh yeah, he always is. You know, he really got into that Minecraft thing yesterday because now I think him and Julian are building like a Minecraft world or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We got to get something together where we can have our own server and just like build a world,
yeah,
like all
definitely.
us in a group.
So I'm gonna see what he's doing. It is 11 o'clock, but he'll probably have something he's doing.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good thing to do. Like we can get on a server, play a game, and talk about the Bible together.
Yeah, that would be real cool. I remember talking to Josh or John, whatever he goes by now, about that because he said he wanted to do like gaming but involve Christ in it. So I like that idea because um, we all like to play video games, obviously, and it's just a good way to incorporate something we like with Christ. So
Well, I'm not really much of a gamer. Like I got that game like a little while ago when I got my computer because I had it back in 2010, and then, like I'm like I want to see how much it changed.
Mm-hmm.
And I went on the server and I downloaded it and I went on it for a little bit, but I haven't really done much with it.
Yeah, my friend built me a computer. I just need space for it because, well, I'm gonna show you my desk is really messy, but I don't have room for like a proper monitor and computer and everything right now.
I got two TVs as my monitor right now. I've got like a 40-inch and a 30-inch,
Mm-hmm.
so
That's pretty cool.
it works.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. I have to send the link.
All right, who are you sending it to?
Julian wanted to watch, and Finn, he hasn't answered. So he's probably doing something.
Yeah, he's always busy.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to that church school, and they make him do everything.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I have to go to a bonfire and make s'mores, and then I have to go pray, and then I have to study my Bible, and then I might have free time. Okay, man.
Okay. All right. Mm. Oh, I see you named it with Cassie Films.
Yeah, you want to tell people about your YouTube channel?
Oh yeah, sure. Um, my YouTube channel is about well, I do short films, and I just do whatever I feel led to do, videos with my friends, anything like that. Um, I don't really know how to like advertise my channel because I do so many different things with it. So, but yeah, the main focus is short films. Haven't done one in a while. I also incorporate like I used to call like faith videos into it, but oh wow, Wiffic. Should I talk about that?
Nah, leave it be.
Okay.
Not here. That's not the place for it.
All right. But yeah, I incorporate faith videos into my YouTube channel, and yeah, I'm really trying to figure things out right now. So it's just all over the place.
Well, where are you at with that right now? Like, what are you trying to figure out?
It's just hard for me to like think of things to do. Half the time I make videos, I just pick up the camera and something just comes to me. But I know I don't have a lot of people I can make videos with, and that's what I want to do. Like
Right.
I want to go out with somebody and say, okay, like we're gonna make this video. I just feel like my videos are a lot better with people in it. So I don't know.
I really like the videos you do where like you're just videotaping random things and you're like telling a story behind it.
Yeah, it's just like I feel like I've recorded everything I could around me. If that makes sense. Like I
Yeah.
went to the park I always go to, and I just went all around like my neighborhood, and I'm just like, okay, what now? I don't have a car, so I'll figure something out though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Alright. Did I say something?
Did anyone answer you?
Nope.
My phone's dead, so I can't message him myself.
Oh yeah, should I text in a messenger of that group
Yeah,
chat?
that might be a good idea.
Alright. So, alright.
Yeah, so we had like a group of 40 people like 4 years ago, and then most of them walked with us for 2 years, and now it's 4 years later, and we have like what 8 or 9 people with us still.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people they felt like they grew enough and they went their own way, and they don't want to, you know, start going and doing their own things. But we still got a small group that stay together and study together. We've been walking our walk together.
Yeah. See.
See if anyone answers.
Yeah.
I can have up to 7 people on the stream.
Oh, nice. Alright, I asked, and then I sent the link. So.
All right. Well, knowing Flint, either he's gonna read it and be busy, or he's not gonna read it at all, or we might get lucky.
True. Alright. Alright, now we wait.
What have you been studying on your own time lately?
Who have I been studying with? What did you
Like
say?
what part of the Bible you've been studying on your own time lately?
Oh, so lately I've been doing Judges because I've been going through the Bible chronologically. So I realize it's a hard book to go through because you see Israel's downfall,
Yeah.
and God's just taking me through that slowly.
I think the book of Judges, what it helped me realize was that without the Lord, like people fall away. It's just like the
Hmm.
total depravity of man. Man does not want to follow the way of God.
Yeah.
And it's like they continue to just fall away over and over and over again.
Hmm.
It's like they witnessed all the miracles of God and talking this is about Exodus, and they go out, Moses goes up, and what do? They make a golden calf. This is the God that took us out of Egypt. No,
Hmm.
what are you doing?
Yep.
It's just that quick because that's the way the flesh is. And in the flesh, we never do what's pleasing to God, even though when it's perfectly obvious. And man, without the Holy Spirit, without the crucifixion of Christ, we're just going to walk away from him every time.
Yeah. Just really shows how much we need him.
His
Because then,
grace.
yeah, because you see, one of the judges would die, and then they go right back into sin. Like
Yeah.
they would have no example, nothing to lean on, so they just fall. But and God also used it to kind of teach me about fellowship too, in a way, because I feel like I do that when I don't have other Christians to talk to. I kind of just like fall away a little bit because I don't know. I need somebody to talk to about this.
I'd say that too. Like the way I look at it is we're all a part of the body. And if I'm a hand, right, and I cut my hand off and throw it away from my body, what's going to happen to it?
I mean, your body's just not going to function properly without your hand.
Right, but your hand itself is probably going to turn black, start decaying and rotting.
Oh yeah,
So it's got to be attached to the body to stay alive.
yeah. So yeah,
So
it reminds me of Kick when I'd leave Kick, and then I just would realize that since I'm not on Kick, I wouldn't be focusing as much on God as I should be. And then once I came back and started talking with you guys again, I'd be cool. So
yeah, I thought it was funny. Like, I'd be sitting there talking about something sometimes, and someone would be like, what are you talking about? I don't agree with that. And like everything I just said in my normal conversation, I was able to pull it from the Bible.
hmm.
And people that like, I'd sit there and quote the Bible the whole time talking to everyone. Like, it just didn't pull up chapter and verses. I just say it in normal conversation, and people didn't even realize it.
Yeah, I wish. Well, I'm trying to get to the point where I can like memorize Bible verse and just have it incorporated into how I think and talk like that.
Yeah. I don't remember chapter and verses. Like I'm really horrible at that. I can remember what the Bible says, but I can't remember like, oh, that's this book,
Oh
this chapter,
yeah.
I can't do that.
Mm-mm. I
I'm so
can't.
bad with numbers.
I can't do it either. Like, actually, me and Julian were reading earlier, and we had made a comment because I think I don't know. Like I said, I'm really bad. I think it's Proverbs 3:4-6, maybe, and it's like trust in the Lord with all your heart, lean not on your own understanding.
In all that
Um,
ways, acknowledge him, and he will establish your path.
Yep. And he said, like, this teacher is going to be really mad at him because he didn't memorize that verse. But, like, as soon as I saw Proverbs 3, for some reason, I just knew that it was that. So before I even looked at it, he was like, what is it? And I just knew it. But I'm like, if I quoted just what it said and somebody asked me, okay, where is that in the Bible? I would have no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, with some things, like I mean, it's pretty obvious. Like, oh, that's John, that's Luke, that's
Yeah.
Romans. Some things I can spot, but I can't addresses, man.
Yeah. Bad with that. Yeah. Nobody has seen it yet. Seen the thing I posted on the messenger except for Julian.
Yeah.
Mm.
But we'd have to set up a day where, like, we've been trying to do it, but we haven't been doing it in a way that's like more than like a 10-hour notice. We need to give like a 1 week notice or something.
Uh-huh. Especially for Fannin.
Right.
Yeah. I'm usually free. So, ah,
I'm usually busy. I usually have a lot going on.
I I noticed.
It's like in the past, like what, 5 months, I've kind of like faded away a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to do that though. It's just like work. I know working full time and then being married and everything else on top of everything else.
Hmm.
You get old and it just takes your life away.
You're not even old.
I feel old. I mean,
Oh.
I had to grow up fast. I didn't really get to spend my childhood because I had to just got thrown out on the streets. I had to grow up fast. It's just like I want to be a kid, man. I got too many responsibilities, but it's okay. I deal with them.
Hmm.
Just recently, me and Sarah's been married 3 years now. Yeah, 3 years. That's bad. I had to think about that. But no,
Don't tell her. Don't tell
I'm a
her.
bad husband. But I just recently got her a wedding ring, and we got a really good deal on it because it was originally like close to $2,000,
Hmm.
and we got it down to $900.
Oh wow, that
Yeah.
is a good deal.
Oh yeah. She was praying about it because I was in a situation where I wasn't really making much money, and that's getting better now. Like we're definitely in a good situation with each other now, where we're financially stable and we're looking to move soon. And we've been married 3 years, and I've been slacking in the ring department. I just got
In
her
the what department?
the wedding ring department.
Oh, okay. I hear you say, I was like, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
But you can get married without a wedding ring. It's not a biblical thing. It's perfectly fine to get married without a ring. It's just nice to have one.
Yeah. So all those guys know, you know what I'm
Um,
saying?
actually, that encourages carnal people to try to get the woman to cheat because they say like, oh, they're married. That means there's no strings attached.
Oh.
That means you can have the one night stand, and then the next day they'll leave you alone because they're married. That actually encourages it,
Oh wow.
believe it or not.
Mm. I didn't even think of that.
The world is a vampire.
Vampire.
Yeah, looking to suck you dry.
Oh.
Take everything it can get from you.
Um, yep. Mm.
I seen that video saying that I went off the deep end. I'm like, I might have gone off the deep end, but good thing I have a lifeguard, and his name is Jesus.
Yes. That's so good. Amen to that. Mm. That's a good comeback.
And then other things like, a lot of people are trying to bury me and bury my channel, but even if they do, they don't realize that I'm a seed. I'm just gonna grow. Go ahead and bury me. You're
Yep.
helping me out.
Hmm. Love that. Mm.
But I mean, you've known me for 4 years, and in the time you've known me, you've seen me call out people that I was on my own when I did that now, and like a lot of stuff that I'm like on YouTube, there's a lot of hearsay, and I realized that I got to stop listening to other people and just trusting in the Lord, like I did back when I was on that app, that chat,
Hmm.
because when I was in there, like I would remove someone out of nowhere, and everyone would be like, "What the heck? Why'd you remove them?" I said, "Because I discern this, and this is how they're gonna act, and they're gonna do this." And they're like, no, that person's not like that. And I added them back in because everyone was mad at me. And what ended up happening every time?
And they'd be exactly how you said they would be.
Yeah.
So,
And then I just end up removing them again, anyways. After a year, everyone stopped questioning it.
yep.
It happened like every single time.
Yeah.
But I think when I got on YouTube, I started making the mistake of listening to other people instead of like focusing just on the Lord like I used to. And I think I slipped in that aspect, and I got to get back to where I was before.
Hmm.
Because finding out that all the stuff that everyone's saying, it's all a bunch of lies. It's all of it is.
Yeah.
do any of
Yeah, that's right. That's why I don't really listen to what other people are saying. Or if, like, I'm in a debate with another Christian, I know that something they're saying is not biblical, but they keep, like, talking about it. I'm just like, okay.
I got in conversation with a guy just the
Oh,
other, I think it was last month, and he was saying that, God's about to pour out his spirit. He's going to give us the power to fly and to read minds and to create. I'm like, say what? What?
what? Yeah. I was like, huh? Oh, by the way, side note, Fanit just texted me, and I was like, what are you doing right now? And he's like, going out to eat. And I'm like, of course.
What's
So,
going on, good shepherd? Sans Jane. Merci beaucoup. Thank you for being here.
sorry, wait, what does that mean?
Oh, she's French, so I said it's a love.
Oh,
Thank you for being here.
so what do
Merci.
you not know?
What?
I said, what do you not know?
Um,
Is
you do Swahili, nakupende.
what?
You probably know Hakuna Matata in Swahili.
In Swa.
It means no worries. Hakuna Matata.
Yeah.
It's a language called Swahili.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Oh. Hey, good shepherd. Now I sing. So the chat. Yeah.
See, I pay
Mhm.
attention. I remember things about people.
Mhm. I'm bad with that. I don't know. Some
I'm,
people say I have like a memory
I can't
issue.
remember names. That's
Oh
about.
yeah, me neither.
But like every single person that I've met on like my 4 years, even on that chat app online, if I
Mhm.
meet them again, I'll remember like, oh, you came to me and you asked me advice about this and we talked about this and you wanted prayer over this. I
Oh,
remember everything. That's a blessing.
yeah, that is. I wish I had that because I'm really bad with details.
Yeah. Like I remember I think I ran into this one girl the other day and I was like, "Yeah, 3 years ago you asked me for prayer about your grandma because she was going to a church where they were misleading her and you asked me to pray about her." She's like, "How do you remember that? It was so long ago."
Yeah.
But the reason I remember is cuz when people ask me to pray for them, I don't stop.
Hmm. It's really good. I was actually just talking about that too, because um, oh, you probably don't know. Wait, do you remember Judas in the Messenger? He
Yeah.
like joined for a little bit. I think he left. But yeah, I've been talking to him a lot, and I was actually talking to him about how I'm like really bad with um like constantly praying for something. Like I've always struggled on my walk to just constantly ask for something because I always thought like if I ask God for something, then why do I have to keep asking if I know that He heard me and that He knows I have faith that this is gonna happen? And it's just like that's been a really bad thing for me because I know like that people have had prayers answered after constantly praying for it, but I'm just really bad at actually doing it because I'll pray, but then like I just give it to God and I just forget about it. I'm like I know you got this, and then like a couple days later I just don't remember.
All you got to do is you got to walk up to the situation you're praying over.
Hmm.
You look it straight in the eye and say, "I got a mustard seed and I'm not afraid to use it."
Oh my gosh. Things you say sometimes. Yeah, it's just something else I have to work on. But
You get that though, right? Faith the size of mustard seed. Little
yes.
I
Hmm.
got a mustard seed and I ain't
Yep.
afraid to use it.
I don't know what would happen if I actually said that to somebody. I don't even know if they understand what I'm saying. Yeah.
I mean, it might interest them and it might cause them to ask you what it means and it might lead to a conversation about Christ. It's the foolishness of preaching, man.
True. Love that. Mm.
So wait, Flint's going to dinner at 10:30.
Yeah, he said.
He must have been so busy with his his church school. They probably forced him to go to another bonfire. Sing Kumbaya.
Probably.
He,
Yeah,
he can't say no. You have to do this.
you have to. There's no other way. There's no other option. Yeah, he just said going out to eat for dorm devos. I don't know what it
Oh,
means. What does that mean?
I have no idea. It sounds like the school people go out to eat.
Oh, I thought you knew. 'Cause you're like, oh, okay. Like, yeah,
I'm not ripping on him. I'm ripping on the school.
I know. I was actually thinking about going to like a rival school, but I didn't. Now I'm gonna go to community college.
What are you going for?
Business administration.
Oh yeah, I think you'd be a great fit for that.
Look at how the cookie crumbles. No, because like I remember you after you like told me about that. Like I prayed about it a lot, and it just connected in so many levels. So yeah,
Well, I
I'm
mean,
like,
I've seen it in the way you are, and the way you handle things, and the way you're organized, and how like you're really attentive to detail and everything. It just seems like that would be the best fit for you.
I'm attentive to details.
Yeah, have you seen your YouTube videos?
No, okay. Oh, that's so funny. That's really funny because people say that I'm good with details, but I'm like, how? I don't get it. But I guess I am. I don't know. But yeah, I can't see myself doing anything else. Everything else either like bores me or I just feel like it doesn't really feel fulfilling when I think about it. And I know I can use this I can incorporate Christ into what I'm gonna do and just yeah, I just see it. It's hard to explain to other people, but it's something that God shows. It's like something that God will show you, like in your head, and you just see it. But I can't explain it. So
Well, it's kind of like that verse you quoted earlier. In all your ways, acknowledge Him, and He'll establish your path.
yeah,
It says your path. He wants you to go down the path that He created you to follow.
mm-hmm.
It's your own path. It's not someone else's path.
Exactly.
Good Shepherd says, Cassie, sometimes we pray for something, but if it's not God's will, it will not happen. Not to worry, God knows best. Yeah, it's also sometimes in His own timing. So
yeah,
because it doesn't happen now, doesn't mean it won't happen later. So we just got to say, God, your will be done.
I don't think that God doesn't answer prayers. I just think that He answers them in His own way. Like if I ask for something and it's a no, but
a no is still an answer.
Yeah, and
no.
he'll give me something else, something that I didn't know that I needed.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Yeah.
And when he gives it to us, at first we're like, "What is this?"
Yeah.
What the heck, man? That's how the manna that was given to the Jews in the desert. The manna really literally translates to "What's this?"
Really?
Yeah.
The more you know on here.
Right.
This is the more you know on David's channel. Yeah.
You know, I'm full of like 1,000,001 useless facts.
I remember you telling me that before.
Especially the facts about bananas.
Of course. I'm really not surprised. Okay, hit me with one of them.
Okay, if you leave bananas next to each other on the counter and you turn the light off and you leave the room, they'll fight. And you wake up the next morning and there'll be bruises all over each other. But if you separate them, they won't get bruises.
That's
Try
deep,
it.
man.
Try
That's deep. Okay, I'll try.
Take 2 bananas and put them right next to each other, and then take 2 other bananas and separate them from all other bananas. Watch which ones gets bruises.
Bet. I think I'm pretty sure I have over 10 bananas downstairs. I'm really gonna do that.
I think it's actually something to do with like the way they compose.
Mm-hmm.
decompose, like the gases they release affect the other one, and
Mm.
it causes it to decompose faster. But I use it as a joke, just saying that when you're not looking, they fight each other.
It
But
is a good
there's
joke.
definitely some science behind it, and it does
Yeah,
have.
yeah, it's good. Yeah, I'm trying to make a banana and strawberry smoothie tomorrow. Oh, it's another.
Sarah makes smoothies all the time, and I'll tell you what, like a normal fruit smoothie,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't really taste very good.
Doesn't?
No,
I've never had
you
that.
have to go to the store and you have to buy smoothie mix and put that in there, and it gives it a good taste.
Mm.
But just like a regular smoothie on its own, it's not that great.
Mm.
Because when you're
I'll
mixing
have
the
to
ice
try
and watering it down,
Yeah.
or if you can't find a smoothie mix, just add sugar.
Mm. Sugar. I have to do that.
Yeah.
Because I did get a blender like in the beginning of July. And I was like, I'm going to go home and I'm going to use this. I'm going to make some smoothies. And I just never used it.
Me.
Literally me with everything. Ugh. Oh.
And I just got a $2,500 desktop computer. Someone gave it to me. Said, "Oh, I did like I told you the story.
Yeah.
I got a $2,500 computer I never used. You want it? Yeah, I do." And
Mm-hmm.
then they also gave me a one of the very first mini laptops that ever came out that has a full iOS processor on it, and as well as all the attachments for it. Like I got the floppy disk attachment, the CD drive attachment, like everything for it. And apparently, when it came out, it was like it's all worth $1,000, but it's all like dinosaur stuff now, like the very first
Yeah,
laptop ever. That's just a cool thing to have.
it is. Yeah. Like, I'm into computers, so my tech club would just freak out. They love that kind of stuff. Yeah, I actually, speaking of dinosaur stuff, I found an old Game Boy, like the original Game Boy, and it was so difficult to see because I realized it doesn't have the light in the back, so
Oh,
I have to like go over into a light to see the game I'm playing. I'm just
was
like,
it
oh,
black and white or was it color? Like we talking about the old fashioned one with the big gray box one, or was it?
yeah, it's a big gray box. I was gonna
Okay,
say,
yeah, I
yeah.
have one of those too. It's
Mhm.
not even in color; it's just like black lines.
Yeah, and then you have to like mess with the contrast
Yeah,
to get it right.
yeah, I remember.
Mhm.
I remember going on road trips, and I had that, and like I was waiting for the street lights to pass as we drove, like so I could just quickly play a little bit. That was when I was really little.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm really into like Nintendo. Like sitting right here, I got my DS and my Switch controller. Yeah.
I have a Wii,
You
but
really?
but it's been sitting on a shelf with the cords like in a big mess for the last year. I've never hooked it up.
No, no.
I
That
think when I got it, I played like Super Mario Galaxy for like a month, and then
yes.
I didn't play it anymore.
I was just gonna bring that up to you. I was like, one of the best games. Honestly, I was so mad because I had a Wii. I don't know when I think I got it for Christmas when I was like really little, and after like a couple of years, I didn't get any new games, so my dad said it was outdated. And he got rid of my Wii, and I was so mad because I had so much investments in that, like Super Mario Galaxy. I had Mario Kart, like the Wii Fitness thingy, and you know that game that the Wii comes with, the Wii Sports? Yeah, I was like, yo, those were my games. I forget the other ones I had, but yeah.
What year did that come out? Because I remember playing that with a kid that lived next door to me named Mike.
Hmm. I don't know.
Like
Yeah,
me and him, we both we were little kids. I don't. It had to be like what 2001.
probably. Let me see. Release date November 2006.
Really?
That was the original Nintendo Wii. Hmm. Yes, it is.
I was like 13 then. I
Yeah.
think.
Yep. That's crazy.
Yeah, I was 13.
Yeah. Wow. I probably didn't get it until like 2009, 2010.
I
Yeah.
just remember like when it was getting ready to launch, my next door neighbor, he wanted it really bad. And me and him, we both were like doing lemonade stands and stuff like that. And we saved all our
Oh.
money and we put all our money together and bought one. And I never really used it.
No, I remember when I was 5, so that was 2007. I really, really wanted the first Nintendo DS because all my friends had it.
Hold on, hold
And
on, hold on. Good Shepherd says, okay, about smoothies, put 1 cup of milk with a banana, frozen strawberries or blueberries, a few ice cubes. If you want a bit of a sweet, put real maple syrup, 1 teaspoon of raw honey. That actually sounds kind of good.
Hmm.
But she's from Canada, so that's the maple syrup stuff
uh,
right there. I
I'm
never
trying
would
to,
have thought about that.
yeah, me neither. Oh, she's saying a lot of stuff. Mm,
Yeah, she's always a blessing here.
mm,
She's always an encouragement to me. I like her. She's
cool.
a good sister.
Hold on, my cat's crying. She wants back in. Give me a second.
Tell your cat to make up her mind.
I know. You want it? Absolutely. All right.
But I'm probably gonna go get something to eat here in about 10 minutes. So, because I haven't ate anything yet today.
Really?
Really?
It's 11:36.
Yeah. It's like a thing for me though. Like I don't eat breakfast. I don't eat lunch, but I do eat dinner. I only eat like once a day.
Mm-hmm.
And like people are like, "Oh, but you're overweight." Yeah, I am. And the reason I'm overweight is because of all the psychiatric drugs they gave me when I was going through demonic torment.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what made me gain weight. Plus I drink a lot of pop, but I don't eat anything.
Ow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to cut pop out. I've been working on that, but
Mm.
it's a process because
Yeah.
it's like drinking pop for so long, nothing else tastes good. And then you don't
Yeah.
have caffeine, you get a headache, and it's just like
Mm-hmm.
you gotta suffer through it, get rid of it.
Yeah. I forgot that you're not from the Northeast, so you don't say soda.
Soda.
Pop.
Michigan, we say pop.
Pop. Yeah. I, I don't know where they just refer to it as Coke or Coke. What do they say?
But
Coca
it's
Cola.
okay. Another thing from Michigan, when people bump into each other, they don't say sorry, they say oop.
Ooh, that's so funny. I
Or
can't
except
imagine
for
that.
Detroit, when someone bumps into you, they say, my bad. Yeah, it is your bad. You can apologize for it? No.
no, no, they say that in Philly too.
Do they?
Around here. Yeah. Like sometimes I get into a habit of saying it at my job. But yeah. Oh, my bad.
Oop, my bad.
I don't know, like how do, how do you have energy if you only eat once? Like I don't have energy if I don't eat.
I guess your body adjusts to it after time because I've been doing that for a long time.
Mm. Yeah, probably. 'Cause I'll find that I literally have no motivation to do anything if I don't like properly take care of myself and eat what I need to eat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I'm actually doing the opposite. Like I've cut soda out of my life completely, and I just stick to just water, and it
That's
helps.
exactly what I need to do. And I
Mm-hmm.
and plus, like when you don't eat in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
you don't have breakfast and you don't have lunch, that food that I'm eating at dinner, it
Mm-hmm.
basically my body takes everything out of that, even the garbage, and it stores it because
Exactly.
it's bad for you. You need to eat breakfast, you need to eat lunch, but I don't do that.
Yeah.
because I got in the habit of back when I was, bouncing from house to house, living on the streets and stuff, that you ate once a day. That's how it
Mhm.
was.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I can go to work in the morning and I can work through the whole day without eating, and I get home and
I
I'll eat
mean,
and then go to bed. What's Sarah?
yeah.
Yeah, Sarah doesn't know how I do it because she like gets dizzy and gets headaches, and she literally passes out in the middle of the grocery store if she doesn't eat before
Wow.
she goes shopping.
Oh my goodness.
No, there
No,
was
I,
one time where she was at the grocery store and she passed out, and they gave her everything in her cart for free.
oh,
Like,
here, eat.
right?
Yeah.
Everything she gathered from shop, like she went through and she got everything, and she was standing in the checkout, and that's where she passed out. Like,
Oh,
okay,
okay.
everything you can have it for free.
Oh,
It
that's nice.
was pretty epic.
Yeah, that is. I mean, like I can do that. Like I've like woken up really late for school, and I didn't eat breakfast, and then I didn't have money, and I didn't have time to make my lunch, so I wouldn't have lunch, and then I have to go to work, can't eat at work, so then I'd eat once, like you did, or you do, at like 10 o'clock. But again, like I said, it's just like not good for me. After a long period of time, my body just starts to shut down. But, mm. And then plus, I also realized once I drink, now that I'm drinking just water, soda doesn't taste the same. Like it tastes like stronger. Like I can taste everything in soda now that when I drink it.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of interesting actually. Because I had Sprite today because I was at a birthday party and I was like, I'm drinking some Sprite. And I was just like, wow. I'm just like, I didn't even notice this was it's actually kind of strong. But
See, I only drink Mountain Dew though. That's the worst one for you.
yeah, this is literally the worst one for you. Oh, I tell my friends all the time, like, stop drinking it.
Right.
And Red Bull. Red Bull is just horrible. But I just can't stand when my friends just constantly are drinking like that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Like people on YouTube, they're like sitting here like, "Oh, you're chubby. You need to stop eating McDonald's." Like, I don't eat McDonald's. I just drink Mountain Dew.
Oh, don't let them hear you.
I'm
Yeah.
being honest. I don't really care.
hmm
People say what they want.
No, I was referring to Mountain Dew. They were like, that is not good advertisement for our product.
No, you want to lose your teeth, drink Mountain Dew. Like seriously.
Dang.
No, like I was looking at statistics for it, and it's like literally the worst kind of drink for your teeth.
Mm. Yeah, I've never had it just because I can't have caffeine. But, well, I can, but not like that.
See, but like for me, like that caffeine, it
hmm
relaxes me because I have like ADHD and
hmm
stuff that's usually make people hyper. It has the opposite effect for me.
Mm.
Like I remember when I first figured that out when I was around a bunch of, for less of lack of words, crackheads in Detroit, and they're
hmm
always fiending for Adderalls, and I'm like, I used to have to take Adderalls, and I hate
hmm
that stuff. Like, what do you like it for? It's like, oh, it gives me energy, it keeps me awake, it keeps me hyped for the day. When I take it, I'm like a zombie. What do you mean it gives you energy? Turns me into like
Oh, that's fun.
yeah.
Now you got me hungry. I'm thinking about going downstairs after this, get some cornflakes or something.
Yeah.
Bowl of cereal.
I'm probably gonna go to one of these 24-hour restaurants and get some like fish and chips.
Mm. Fish and chips.
Yeah.
Oh, to have a car.
My car's been driving me nuts lately because my emergency brake, it's some kind of sensor in it that's broken.
hmm
So when the emergency brake is off, it comes up on the dash that it's on, and the whole time I'm driving, just bing, 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 and there's nothing I can do about
Oh,
it.
that would drive me crazy.
It does drive me nuts.
Oof.
But like, you know me, like I made up a little dance to it, and I started like making up songs and stuff with it because
That's
you
great.
get the other because I tried pulling out pulled out so many fuses, trying to figure like, okay, which one's gonna shut this? It's not hooked up to a fuse. I have
Mhm.
to disassemble that whole handbrake, e-brake assembly, and I just haven't had the time to do it yet.
Mhm.
Dealing with it for a week. Every time I drive to work in the morning, it's not a peaceful drive. And I hate it because usually like my drives, I don't listen to music. I use that as my time to pray. But
Mhm.
now it's just bing, 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 bing. I'm like, stop.
Couldn't concentrate. I was
uh,
like, huh?
Someone asked what kind of car I have. I have a Chevy Equinox.
Mhm.
It's a 2006, I believe.
Mhm. My So when I was going to Florida, no, not Florida. I was going somewhere. Oh, West Virginia. I was going to West Virginia, and my dad rented a car, and the car just, I think it was one of those safety cars. So if you didn't have your seatbelt, it would constantly go like bing, 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 and do
Oh,
that same thing.
I hate those.
Yeah, I hate those because my dad doesn't wear a seatbelt, but I do. So even if like I am, he's not, it would still go off, and I'm like, I'm not driving 8 hours to West Virginia hearing bing, bing, bing. You're gonna put your seatbelt on.
If you
So
were
yeah.
driving with me, you probably have to deal with
Oh,
that. But it's so much
oh.
louder than the seatbelt noise. Like the emergency brake sound, it's probably
Mm-hmm.
about twice as loud as that seatbelt noise.
Oh, oh, that would annoy me so much. Like I can't stand when I'm in like even in school and something's going on outside. It's like a constant noise. I like can't concentrate. I'm like,
I hate anything that's repetitive, like repetitive
yeah,
stuff. Like
same.
my bird squawking doesn't bother me, but I
Mhm.
mean, if he starts like doing like squawk squawk every like two
Yeah,
seconds, it's like, dude, you need to stop.
I'm like that too. Like my mom used to have so many birds, and they get really loud sometimes. I just riled up, and they just keep going on and on and on. I'm like, oh, you need to stop. Yeah. Or like if somebody just keeps calling me and I just keep hearing that constant ringtone over and over again, I drive myself nuts. Like I have my phone on permanent silence.
Oh, so do I. Trust me, I
Yeah.
do. Because I have like I wake up in the morning and I'll have 7 emails, like 14 missed calls, 27 text
Mm-hmm.
messages, like 30 alerts on Facebook. I'm like, I can't even keep up with all of you anymore.
Mm-hmm. I can relate.
Yeah.
So yeah,
But
but
the good thing is YouTube has decided not to give me any notifications for comments on my videos. So if anyone watches this and you're commenting on my videos and I don't see it, um, if I commented on anything on that video, give it a like, and then I'll go and I'll check it all out, see if I missed anything. But I don't get comments. I don't get notifications for any comments anymore. I have to literally go and manually look and see if anything's there.
oh, wow, seems like a
Yeah,
hassle.
yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely is. So I'm only checking stuff on like newer videos. I'm not going back to old videos and looking because YouTube just doesn't show me.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how people can deal with like having their phone always on. Like my friend never has her phone on silent and she's in group chats and stuff. I'm like, how do you deal with that? I can't handle it.
No.
Like, because I also just get distracted easily. So if I'm doing something and then I hear my phone go off, then I'll like try to go back to what I was doing, but I'll like just be distracted about like what it was or whatever.
Was it
So,
important? Was it not?
yeah, that or just like where was I? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
So,
My whole thing is it's always on silent, and usually like if people call, like I always have a way like sitting down where I can see the screen and I can see who's calling. If I don't know the number, I won't answer usually.
yeah.
But if the number's familiar to me, like someone who hates me, I might answer it. Someone who wants to talk to me, I might answer it. But if it's like scam likely, nope, not talking to you. A number that I don't recognize at all, nope, not talking to you.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do answer those scammer calls, and like I just mess with the people.
Mhm.
Like the last one that called me, I answered. I forgot what I said, but all I remember was him starting to laugh really hard, and then he hung up on me.
That's good. Yeah, my phone, like, since I have it on silent, only like calls go through. But yeah, I don't answer those scam likely calls. My dad does though, and he says like really funny stuff, and then they'll hang up on him. But
Like I
yeah.
got that from my mom because usually when like telemarketers called, she would answer the phone, and then she would like do something, like knock something off the counter and make a loud noise. She's like, "Oh, I gotta let you go. The porch just collapsed and all the dogs were under there." I was like, "What?"
I need to start doing that.
They're all dead. Oh my god.
Oh no. Oh, that's priceless. You can come up with so many things to freak them out. That's great.
I got this one number that calls me like 4 times a day, and it's like, we can settle your student loan for you right now. And it's like, I don't have student loan. And they
Yeah.
hang up on me, and then
Mhm.
they call me back like 3 hours later, and they say, we can
Mhm.
settle your student loan for you. I don't have student loan. Stop calling me. And they hang up on me. They don't say anything. They don't say, okay, we'll take you off. They just hang up, and then they
Yeah.
call me back. They've been doing this every day, like 4 times a day for like 6 months straight now. I'm just like, you guys need to stop. I don't have student loans.
This is like a really good prank. Like, I watched this one YouTube video when the whole John Cena joke was a thing, and there's a video of just somebody just constantly calling somebody using, and his name was John Cena, and like, oh, she got so mad. I'll have to send it to you. It was so
Did you
funny.
send me the cat facts one? Was that you?
Wait, was it
Cat.
like through text?
No, it was a number that called you and it just started telling you a bunch of random facts about cats.
I think that was me.
I knew it.
Yeah, because I remember that happened, and I started texting random numbers, cat facts, and I was like, "Thank you for subscribing to cat facts," and then I just spammed them, and then I'd say, "Okay, like your balance is 32.50 or whatever," and they'd start responding like, "I didn't pay for this. This is going to your monthly phone bill." Yeah.
When I knew it was a prank when I heard it,
Mhm.
but I was just like, who did this? I'm like, this has to be cats. It has to be.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, I got people. Good times.
Have I ever pranked you? I can't remember.
I don't think so.
No.
No.
My pranks are really innocent though. Like when I live with a bunch of people, I have this Where's Waldo? It's a doll.
Mhm.
And I used to just hide it in different parts of the house. And like I lived in this huge house, which it was like gigantic, and there
Mhm.
was 5 bedrooms in it, and we lived in there, like 5 bedrooms in a basement, and I lived there with Andy and Aaron. They were a couple, and then Eric, Jeff, and Miranda. They were a couple, and then it was me and Sarah and John and Emily. They were a couple, and we all lived together. And that's like what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people that all lived in the house.
Mhm.
And we all had this game where like whoever found Waldo had to hide him next. And
Mhm.
like it went on for so long. Everyone had so much fun with it, just finding different places to hide Waldo.
Oh yeah, we have that in my tech club. Because at my tech club, we every morning at school we come and sit down in the same room, and we have lunch in the same room, and we'll have after school stuff in the same room. So there's this little clay. I don't know. I don't know what it was. We call him Gummy Gilbert. I don't know why, but we hide him randomly throughout the office, and we'll do the same thing. So
Yeah.
it's really fun because sometimes you're just like looking for something, and then you just stumble upon it. And you're like, oh, okay, found him. Yeah, that's where you were. At one point, nobody could find him for like maybe 2 months straight. It literally drove everybody crazy. I don't know who hid him. I think it was. I think I know who it was, but we thought that somebody just took him home or something, and then we just randomly found him underneath like a pile of stuff. Like, I don't know.
I had this teacher in high school, and her name was Miss Barbelo, and she
Mhm.
was literally like 4'2", like she was short,
Wow. Mhm.
and like she was this really old lady, and she retired, but then she got bored and came back to teaching. Like she was a principal in a school, and she came back to teaching math.
Mhm.
And she was funny because she used to walk around the classroom and like she'd always pick on me because like in school I was always the jokester. It was I was either sleeping in class because I didn't sleep the night prior because I wasn't in a good place, or I'm just in school joking with people because I don't really care about school when I went to school.
Mhm.
She'd always tell me, "David, quit your padiddly thinking." I'm like, "What's padiddly thinking?" And I used to take her stapler and I would put it on top of her door where she couldn't reach it.
Mhm.
She got so mad. And there's this other time where me and everyone in the class we stacked up all the desks, and it was from the floor to the ceiling, just all stacked up on top of each other.
Oh my gosh.
And there was another time we were taking a test, and I didn't really care for the test, and I just got up on my desk and I started walking around because like I just wanted to mess with her. She was my favorite teacher, and I always just liked messing with her.
Mhm.
And I start walking around. And as I'm walking around, I'm purposely looking at everyone's papers, like looking at their tests, and she's just sitting there staring at me. And she's like, "David," she gets this smile on her face. So what do you? I said, I have to get up and walk. She goes, "Why?" I said, "Because I have restless leg syndrome."
I've used that before.
It's just quit your padiddly thinking.
I've done that. I haven't done that for tests because most teachers are like, "All right, if you look, like we're gonna give you an automatic 0." And I mean, I'm like close with teachers, but I ain't trying to push it. But I'll do that with like just homework or just work in general. I'll just like walk around. I have used that before. That always gets them. They're like, "What? That's not a thing." But
Yeah, like
yeah,
I don't know that Levite guy that's on here. He said he got all this information about me. He's like, I know how you were in school. You were a troublemaker. You didn't listen to your teacher. I wasn't a troublemaker. I was a goofball. Like I
yeah.
was the kind of person that left and I went across the hall to the bathroom and then I changed to a Superman suit and ran back into the classroom and jumped in.
Mhm.
And teacher would say something like, "That's really funny, but I have to write you up."
I had that said to me before.
Like I no, I got written up for distracting the class, right? For dressing
Mhm.
up as Superman and jumping back into the classroom. But we were watching Finding Nemo in French class. Like we weren't doing anything. It was a blow off day.
Uh-huh.
So she wrote me up for distracting the class. We're watching Finding Nemo.
Yeah, what? Oh, the only
So like I I got in school suspension and I used to spend so much time in ISS and like when I was awake, I just annoyed the crap out of the ISS lady. Like just asked her a bunch of questions and stuff. And you weren't allowed to sleep in ISS, but I annoyed her so much just with
Mhm.
my constant questions that she let me sleep in there. Like, don't mess with him, don't wake him up. I did that on purpose.
That's
And
great.
the next year, like I was only there for like a year and a half, and like the for the half of the year I was there in ISS for a month.
Mhm.
So I got this orange jumpsuit and I put Lakeview Penitentiary on the back and I wrote my school ID number on it.
Mhm. That's great.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny. I feel like, if there was somebody that was actually that original and clever in my class, we'd be good friends. Most people just do like boring stuff to be funny, you know?
Yeah, there was a time where it was in my third hour class. I spent all hour making paper airplanes, and by the end of that hour, I had like I don't know, probably around 300 of them.
Oh my goodness.
And I go to the next class, and I just take them one at a time, and I just start throwing them, and they're going all over the room. And all the other kids are starting to pick them up and throw them too, and we got all these paper airplanes flying everywhere. The teacher's like, "What's going on?"
Oh, I gotta do that.
We had an art class, and you know those scissors where you can cut into the paper and it leaves those really fancy designs on them.
Yeah, yeah.
But someone cut my hair with those.
Really?
Yeah, it was horrible.
How does that even happen? Oh my gosh.
He used the zigzag scissors, the flower scissors, and
Mhm.
everything else.
Yeah, like I'm gonna be a senior this year. I have to like this is my last year to really mess around. I gotta do this stuff.
Doing a senior prank.
Yes, but we don't know what. So we literally all of our senior pranks have been really lame. Like they just take stuff from teachers. And I want to do something big. I want our class to do something that is worth remembering. Like one time, somebody brought a car into our school. Like, well, what happened to that? Or they brought I think they brought a bunch of chickens into the school at one point and just let them loose.
We sold the big boy statue and put it in front of the school because we're big
Really?
boys.
I want to get one of those what is that called when they're in front of car dealerships? Like and they like move
The
their
wacky
arms.
waving
Yeah,
inflatable tube
I
man.
want to put that outside my school on April Fool's Day. Oh my goodness,
Great.
that would be
I
so.
remember I remember one time I was messing with my friend. I'm like, "Who's the best dancer in the world?" And he starts looking at me, and he's like, "I don't really know." I said, "Well, good, because it's a trick question." He goes, "What do you mean?" I said, "It's the wacky waving inflatable tube man." And started moving like he started laughing.
I love those things. When I was a kid, my bus would always go past it. So every time we'd go past it, we'd always yell "Hi!" and then we do the dance. And our bus driver thought we were insane.
I actually looked into buying one of those, and like the tube man itself is pretty cheap, but to get a decent blower, it's like $400.
Really?
Yeah, for a decent size one.
Mhm.
I was like, "What the heck? $400 for a fan? Get out of here!"
Yeah. What the? And
I don't know how
like,
much they are now. I think I looked like 3 years ago, and I'm like, "Yep, that's a dream."
yeah.
That's I'm not burning $400 on a wacky waving inflatable tube. What am I gonna do with that? There's so much more I could do with that money.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, I think my class could do it if we all chipped in, because there's about like maybe 200 of us. So
Yeah,
we
you
could
probably
we could do it if everybody joined in. But when our school has like can drives and stuff like that, there's never everybody that does it.
40 people that chip in $10.
40 people. True.
Yeah.
True. True.
It's really not that much. You could definitely pull it off.
Yeah, I can pull it off. Good idea. Yeah, I'm gonna send you a picture when it happens. Then I'll be like, oh, I can't graduate because of this. Oh, that's the only thing that's like gonna probably hold me back from like doing something extreme during the school year. Like well, junior year, I really had this good idea towards the end of the year when it's like a really hot day to just have like water guns or like spray bottles and just start spraying everyone. When it's one of those last days and everybody's like out. But I'm like, I kind of just don't want my chances of graduation to be ruined because they will do that.
We used to have shaving cream wars all up and down the street at the last day of school, but they quickly did away with that because some kids thought it was a great idea instead of shaving cream to use Nair.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah,
We do have senior assassin. We do have that.
senior what?
Senior assassin.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
So it goes on all year. It's not. I thought it was like really fun when I was younger, but It's not really that fun. Um, the thing is, like, you have to tag somebody. Real like you have to basically like assassinate them outside. It can't be during school, and you have to give a 5 minute time, like break time after school, and then you can go. So really, people just show up to your houses and then try to like tag you and say like I got you. But I'm like, I don't want people showing up to my house. But then I started thinking, I live in the ghetto. I don't think anybody would have come try and
Right.
get me.
No,
But,
I've heard something like that, but instead of like tagging them, it was like teams, and there was
mm-hmm.
like you sign up with a team of like 5 people at most,
Yeah.
and it's a Nerf war, Nerf gun war.
Oh, wow.
So you can only do it outside of school.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know, it just causes a lot of problems too, because people literally go outside other people's houses and try to climb their windows. Like you literally look like a burglar right now. But yeah, and plus you just have to watch out because if you see somebody randomly from your school, like in the grocery store, you just have that constant fear of like, is that like my assassin? Am I gonna get out right now? Yeah. Yo, it's 12:04.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna go get some food.
Yeah.
Get my because I haven't ate all day. Well, I guess one good thing I could say is that I'm constantly fasting because I eat once a day, so that's like every 24 hours I eat, so I'm in a constant fast.
Mhm. Oh, hey, hey.
Right.
Yeah. Can I get my bowl of cereal still? I'm still hungry.
Well, maybe next time we can have a stream with Flint and see if we can get other people to join.
Yeah, definitely. How he went to dinner like what, an hour? Oh, I don't know when we asked. Right, probably an hour ago. Yeah, yeah, an hour ago. He's still not back. Yo, watch us get off and I'll be like, okay, I'm good.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn the broadcast off. You guys have a good night. May the Lord be with his children. God bless.
God bless. Mm.